Safety first. Endless screwing. So, full circle, all the way back to the table saw. So, we've talked about a lot of stuff, and some of the last things we need to talk about to kind of get you going down the path of effective behavior management is about what happens after all this stuff's done, talking about it, and you know, behavior analysts have to write up treatment plans. They have to write up transition reports. They have to write up next steps. So when we talk about those, I don't know why I'm in this for woodworking. Generalization failure. So when we talk about next steps for behavior, we don't just talk about we do this and do that and do this. I mean, we do, but we talk about a little bit more. Some of the things that you want to go over involve talking about the person as a whole. Sometimes we as behavior analysts forget to make it clear how complex this stuff is. You don't ignore anything. Something that seems simple, like a feather board, if you ignore it, it can go wrong. I can't tell you how much more success I've had cutting on a table saw while using a feather board than I have without it. It's a cheap tool, it's not that expensive, okay? But it makes a huge difference in your world. Some of those things that we're talking, some of that same type of thing happens about behavior too. We think about the whole person. What medications is this person on? I mean, a medication change can change everything in the world, right? Let's see what. Oh, health in general. Are they healthy? Are they not? I've been sick this year. It's been kind of killing my motivation. I never get sick, so it's really been hard on me to stay motivated and do different things. Only because I'm experiencing something different in life than normal. So understanding my big picture is important to understanding my behavior as well too. Finances. You're not going to see me out here playing with wood if I can't feed my family. Right? And if I'm so frustrated in life and I'm having a hard time experiencing whatever it is I'm having a hard time with life doing whatever it is, then maybe my frustration, they're coming from things like finances. Maybe it's health. Maybe it's not just I'm angry all the time. Maybe there's some reasons for it. Maybe there's things we can do about it. Maybe there's not. But understanding that big picture is important. So medication, food, is the person eating? You guys have heard the term hangry, right? Low blood sugar, that type of thing. If you're not healthy with your food, then that can cause emotional changes. It can cause physical changes. It can cause biochemical changes, right? And those affect behavior. All of this stuff affects behavior. Don't think I don't believe that. Don't think I don't know it. Don't think you don't know it. We all know it. You are a whole organism. You're not just one discriminative stimulus and a response to that discriminative stimulus and a reinforcer. You're a combination of those things. They're all kind of stacked on top of each other. And I think that's the other thing I want you to think about. When we talk about these behaviors as a whole, we talk about them independently, like they happen without each other around. So we think antecedent behavior consequence kind of looks like a chain. It's not really a chain, but it kind of looks like it. Then we think, okay, that goes to the next behavior, to the next one, to the next one. It doesn't work that way, folks. You've got them stacked. Think of it that way. It's like a stack of coins, right? So you've got one contingency operating here, another one right below it, another one right below it, and it's all happening at the exact same time. It's concurrent. Right? Then, of course, those link to other things and spread out and branch out and do whatever. But don't think it's just one thing at a time. These things happen constantly. And it's all affected by the biology of the organism and whatever that organism is experiencing. I don't care if it's a dog, a human, or whatever. It's all the same general stuff that we're dealing with. Okay? So keep that in mind when you're thinking about the big picture. Right? So you want to understand people? Again, let's go with one of those oversimple phrases. Walk a mile in their shoes. You want to understand what's maintaining a behavior? Figure out what's reinforcing it, but don't forget to look at the big picture. Maybe, just maybe, that's the only source of reinforcement that person's getting in their world. And if that's the case and you try to reduce that behavior and you try to get rid of that reinforcement, now you're the one being unethical. You have to look at the big picture. And another thing that I think I can tell you, empathize with people. Empathy, you don't have to sympathize. Get a damn dictionary if you don't know the difference, all right? And I'm only half joking there. Really, get a dictionary. Look up the difference between the two damn words because so many people get them confused. It's frustrating. You're allowed to empathize, and you can empathize with anybody out there. You can put yourself in their shoes. You can think about what they're going through, and then you can take a reasonably educated guess about what it's like to be there with them and be them in a sense, right? Sympathizing means you experienced it yourself. you can't experience somebody else's world perfectly, right? So, but you might be able to empathize a little bit and kind of understand where they're coming from. So keep that in mind as you're spreading the joy of behavior analysis, that we need to make sure that we also understand the big picture and that we don't ignore the human as a whole. We look at everything in their life in order to help understand what's going on and help them. So there's more on some other stuff. We'll come back to that in just a second with this one. So wrapping things up still, let's talk a little bit about maybe management. Let's apply this same stuff and thinking about how we're going to use all this stuff in a big picture and when we're thinking about management, right? So getting everyone onto the same page, right? At the organization, making the rules crystal clear, encouraging people to follow them and reinforcing them when they do. And sure, you need to use your punishers now and then. But keep in mind that when we're talking about teamwork, we're talking about, hold on, checking my notes to make sure I don't screw up this great example, which I'm probably screwing up the great example in the process, but I don't really care.
Screwed my pan over, so whatever.
Yeah, that's all right. Sounds good. So managers need to know the reality of what's going on, right? So they need to have details of how their environment, what's going on in their environment, and I mean wicked level detail. Again, are people achieving their tasks? Are they not? What are the barriers to people achieving their tasks? Can the manager do something about that? So to get that information, the managers might have to ask some questions. So you're going to have to respond back. Now remember, that's not tattling if you're not just benefiting yourself. If the things that you're telling the manager or the manager's asking and the information they're trying to get, if answering that is not, it's not being a rat, if you will. You're not getting somebody in trouble. Somebody might end up getting in trouble. They might get some corrections. But if you're doing it for the good of the team as a whole, if you're all going to improve, if everything's going to get better as a result of the issues that you're bringing up, then by all means, bring it up. I mean, look up the story of, you go on an airplane, right? And they put the baggage tags on there, and you'll notice that the barcodes are both directions, right? The reason barcodes are both directions is because somebody got sick and tired of flipping the bags around all the time because the machine only read them in one direction. So they said, you know what, screw it. Let's print it in both directions. Literally, the dude that did that, right, suggested that to the manager, right? Said, we're tired of flipping these bags around. It's a waste of time. Why not just put two barcodes on it? One going this way and one going this way. I'll be darned. Guess what? The guy got like a multi-million-dollar bonus, but he saved the company billions in the long run, right? Billions. Why? Because it brought up an issue. It's not tattling. He's not telling the boss he's working too hard. He's just telling the boss there's a better way to work. We could all work better if we would make this one change. And literally, it was a thing. You can look it up. It's an American Airlines thing. Anyway, it's kind of cool. So let's see, tattling. So as a manager, you want to be open to the suggestions that your people have. They're the ones that are in the weeds. If you've taught them properly and they're generalizing and their behavior's maintaining, you're not there anymore doing the job. That's right. You're managing people doing the job. If they're running into difficulties that you don't know about and you're not experiencing, you better listen to your people and figure out how to get them fixed, figure out the problems for them. Clear their path to being successful, right? Think the really important dude. If you don't know who he is, go look him up and you'll be like, oh yeah, that guy, right? Boring company. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he had that little PayPal thing, I think was in there too. Anyway, wasn't he PayPal? I can't remember. What the hell? Anyway, so generalization issues. Sometimes I just make it up. So, anyway, so, right? So multi-billion-dollar companies and lots of them. The guy's like super awesome, amazing, successful, does everything he can do possibly, and he sends an email to everybody and says, if you notice a problem that we can fix to make your job easier, better, to make us more efficient, do not hesitate to tell me. That culture of being open to the details and open to change and making things better will improve across the board. Understanding the whole picture, to tie this into the last video, right? Understanding that big picture, what's a person experiencing? When you understand all those little details, you can start to make tweaks in the environment to select for the responses that you want. To select for effectiveness, to select for performance, to select for efficiency, to select for fluency, whatever it is that you're trying to select for, that you want people to do. It's just another way of saying the stuff that you want people to do. So, one more last thing. This is about basically all of this stuff has been about teaching. It's about how do you get somebody to do something new. Teaching is not belittling. Calling you an idiot because you don't understand something, that's not going to help anybody at all. You're going to get shut down. So knock it off. Support people as they learn. Get behind them and build them up. Don't try to knock them down. Knocking people down, yeah, well and good. Maybe that's fun. I'm joking. It's not fun. But you do that stuff, then you're bullying. You're not teaching. All right. So
you're wasting your time.
You're wasting your time. You're not being efficient with you as a manager, you as an instructor, you as a boss, or you as a business owner. You're not helping the situation. You're making it worse. And who are you hurting? Not hurting, well, you might be hurting the person that you're working with, but you're hurting yourself too, right?
Hurting the company.
Hurt the company, that's what I mean. So you're hurting the company, you're hurting yourself. The big picture is being damaged because you're taking an asshole approach. So don't be an asshole, all right? You can be stern and strict and all sorts of stuff as long as you've developed rapport with people, right? And you've told them what you expect of them. Then you've let them know when they've done it right, okay? And you've let them know when you've done it wrong, but this isn't the one you focus on as much. You focus on this one, right? You know, this one right there, right? Don't do that to people. Come over. Right? Be nice to folks as much as you can. Obviously, you got sometimes, and everybody has a little bit different style. But remember, punishment reduces behavior, but doesn't teach someone what to do. The moment you walk away, those problem behaviors are going to come right back if you're focusing on punishment. Big picture, folks, big picture stuff here, folks. Focus on getting the responses you want, not just getting rid of them. If you get rid of responses, the stuff that pops back into place might be stuff you really don't want. So we could sit here and wrap this up for another 5 hours, or we can just say, go out there, be shaped. Learn how to manage behavior on your own. Experience the contingencies yourself. I'm getting kind of technical, right? But that's what this is about. If you learn some of the tools to manage your behavior and other people's behavior, then you're going to go out and try them, and you're going to make some mistakes along the way. And that's okay, because you might not make those mistakes in the future. Just remember, keep trying, keep at it, work for change, and measure change. Measure what you're trying to get out of people. That way you know when you've got it or when you haven't. Then you can make educated decisions using data to improve the world around you. Yours, the people, work, home, whatever, dog's life, improve everything. So I'm going to go cut something because I need to be reinforced. Sounds kind of stupid, but you know what? I don't know. I'm not going to cut anything. We're just going to turn the camera off, and I'm going to go back inside and warm up because I'm cold. So anyway, see y'all another time, and don't forget to ask questions, and maybe we'll make some more videos, and maybe next time it won't be in a shop.